So, what are factors that enhance positive parenting and family relationships? I'm Nicholeen Peck and I teach parenting and family communication all over the world. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about positive parenting and improving your relationships with your family. In this video, I'm going to be talking about positive parenting. That's a new term, relatively new, at least in the parenting world. What that means and how to best do it. Also, what a lot of people don't understand about the communication that they have in their family relationships. And then I'm going to share 5 key factors that you can implement in your home to have better relationships. Parents who use positive parenting have bought into the idea that they don't want to use harsh punishments or getting angry at their children in order to create a behavioral change. Instead, a parent who wants to do positive parenting is focusing on the heart of the child, and they want to create a deep bond with the child. They also want to have more positive interactions with the child that hopefully will propel the child toward doing more positive behavior. Positive parenting suggests to the parent that if they are more positive, that this will ultimately increase the good outcomes, good behavioral outcomes in their children. And if they are negative, that this will increase negative behavioral outcomes in the children. And this is true for the most part. So let's talk about what this looks like in a family who's trying to have great positive parenting interactions. One thing that people don't understand about positive parenting when they learn about it, and maybe it's because it's not always presented the same to everybody. Some people think that when you're into positive parenting that you never correct problem behaviors, that instead you just praise good behaviors, or you just tell someone how great they did, what effort they put forth, and that's it. But truly parenting the positive parenting way would suggest to me that a person would need to be able to correct their children in a positive way, as well as praising their children in positive ways too. A parent is a teacher, that is their role, and if they are going to live according to that role, then that means they need to do all kinds of teaching. This means they prepare the child for something upcoming, but they also evaluate with the child after something happens. This means that the parent will have to do corrections sometimes. So is there a way then to make corrections positive? To feel close to your child, even though they're being corrected? The answer is yes. In fact, I've been teaching just those sorts of parenting skills for well over 20 years now, and have had great success with troubled youth facilities, troubled teens, as well as with thousands and thousands of homes all over the world. The BBC even made a documentary of our family taking in 2 troubled teens on a program called The World's Strictest Parents. And they saw how at the end of The World's Strictest Parents, those 2 teens were crying, begging not to leave our home, even though we corrected them and had firm rules and principles that we followed in our family. Can a family be firm and positive at the same time? The answer is yes. So one of those things that we don't want to confuse is firmness with being positive. Those are not opposites of each other, even though many parents who try to be firm do end up getting into a bully or militant tactic. That is not what I'm promoting at all. In fact, good assertive parenting is the type of parenting that creates a plan for how they will do the teaching and correcting, and make sure that it has a good optimistic tone, in fact a closeness that is carried throughout all interactions. You should feel closer to your children during and after a correction than you even did before. I've got 5 factors for creating good connective interactions that I would like to share with you that really are going to improve your relationships. But first, click that subscribe button now. There are so many videos on this channel that are related to creating good, positive parenting interactions. You are not going to want to miss them. Here are 5 key factors for enhancing positive parenting and family relationships. Because if your parenting is going well, it should improve your family relationships. In fact, you should see mutual respect. You should see an increase in obedience. You should see family working well together, sacrificing for each other. These will all be indicators that you have good family relationships. Otherwise, maybe your positive parenting is not quite working. I have seen many people try positive parenting, and their positive parenting just looks like leniency. It just looks like permissive parenting. Positive parenting, the way I teach it, is not permissive parenting. So what does it look like? Let's talk about these 5 factors. Factor number 1, have a plan. A truly deliberate parent who is practicing positive parenting, which I call self-government parenting, has a plan of where they're headed as a family. They have a vision in mind of what type of family they are becoming and how they are going to get there. So they think to themselves on a regular basis, how are we doing at becoming that family that we want to be? And it isn't the parent that just has the picture. No. They have talked about the family vision with the whole group. Everyone has bought into who they are becoming as a family, and they have decided upon skills and times of communication, like different family meetings and things, to keep the family on track and solving problems in a very effective manner together. So a family who is practicing good positive parenting has a plan. Number 2, roles. You already heard me mention that word roles. Well, it's more powerful than you might think. In fact, years ago, I wrote my #1 best-selling book, Parenting a House United. And when I wrote that, I assumed that everybody understood parent roles and child roles, so that parental authority would always be maintained in the home as a protection for the children against possible dysfunction that they could learn elsewhere. Well, I was wrong. In fact, after I wrote that book, many people were asking me questions that I knew related to roles, and so I wrote another book. The book is called Roles: The Secret to Family, Business, and Social Success. In that roles book, we see parents and children who are all behaving selfishly. They want things done their way, and they are hoping that everyone else will bend to make sure they happen. The mother is super kind, and she's trying to help her children to become the best versions of themselves. She's trying to alleviate any conflict and make everybody happy. But in the end, all of her nicey behavior has just led toward very selfish and entitled children. In fact, when many people talk about positive parenting, I think they talk about this very type of parent that this mother was. Well, we see the mother learn principles and skills for self-government. We see her recognize what her role should be as a mother in that family. And then she helps the children understand their roles in the family too. Not in a way where it's condescending or where one person is the all-powerful and everybody else is an underling, but where everyone knows the best ways to work together to honor the roles so that they have a proper family government structure in the home. When she does this, everything changes in the family. In fact, Dad also has to do it. He's a little bit more of that more aggressive parent, maybe authoritarian type parent, and he has to learn his role too. So when both parents learn their roles, the children learn their roles too, then they're able to function together as a fully functioning family. It's only when people don't live according to their roles that we find dysfunction in the homes. So if you're seeing dysfunction in a family, or maybe even in your own family, then you need to ask yourself the question, what do we not understand about our roles? Get that question answered, and you are on the track to improving the functionality at your house. Number 3, learn the skills that you need for success. There are multiple skills that I recommend learning, but especially the 4 basic skills. These children's books each teach one of the 4 basic skills for children. And just so you know, my parenting book tells all of these 4 basic skills too. So if your children are older, no worries. These books are intended for children probably 12 and under. They teach the skills following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, accepting consequences, and everybody's favorite, disagreeing appropriately. When a child learns these 4 basic skills, that takes care of 99% of their behavioral problems. And guess what? Those skills are not just for the children, but they are for parents too. Everybody needs to learn how to look at a person, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, and drop the subject, which are the steps for accepting a no answer. Each one of those 4 basic skills has steps associated with it. And when you learn how to do all of those things, it truly changes your interactions with other people and the condition of your own heart. And isn't that what it's all about? The heart? When your family learns the skills that they need to communicate with each other, they learn these 4 basic skills as well as the skills that you're going to use to correct the problems when they have a problem, then everybody is completely prepared to problem solve together as a group. It's super powerful for the family. So number 3 is skills. Number 4 is eye contact. The first step of all 4 of those 4 basic skills is to look at the person. The eyes are the windows to the soul. When you look at a person and you think, I love you, when you're speaking to them, that actually connects you to the person. It lets them know that that correction or bit of teaching that you have to do right there actually helps them. They should feel like you're helping them when you're teaching and correcting. It shouldn't feel like a negative thing. If it's truly positive parenting, it should feel like a positive thing. You should feel closer to your children. Remember, every time that you correct them, either during or after the correction, you should feel closer. So what this means is you need to focus on being close to them during that time. This brings us to number 5. If you want to enhance your relationship with your child, if you want to improve the family bonds, then your corrections need to be positive. That doesn't mean they're like singy and dancy and stuff, but they need to not feel condescending. It needs to not feel like somebody's been bad. Any child can make a decision that was a wrong decision. They can make a mistake. They can even choose to do something wrong. But that doesn't mean that you need to be emotionally attached to that. We need to be calm instead. Everyone should know the skill for how to be calm when someone else isn't. They should have a calmness plan in place so that they're prepared if they feel themselves starting to lose control. That's one of the best things that you can show your children as a parent, is that you can be calm when you start feeling things unraveling within your own mind and heart as well. They need to know how to stay calm. They need to have seen someone do it and how to communicate in a calm and effective way. The words that you say, the way that you say them, all communicate your calmness. Since you have stayed till the end of this video, I have a special gift for you, and it is my Calm Parenting Toolkit. The Calm Parenting Toolkit has 10 lessons where you learn 10 tools for how to be calm when someone else isn't, how to help them get calm without losing your calmness at the same time, how to make the difficult moments of parenting the most unifying and positive. Everyone should feel like they were glad when they finally came from a place of not calm to calm. They shouldn't have felt like it was a battle. It shouldn't wear everyone out. Instead, it should feel like freedom. And if you don't have the skills that help it feel that way, if you don't have the words to say, and you're just defaulting to permissive parenting, you'll end up disappointed in the results. I know, I've seen all over the world now, so many years, so many parents trying to be nice, trying to be the friends of their children, and in the end, the roles get thrown off, things don't get corrected, and everybody ends up disappointed in the upbringing. If we're truly going to have positive parenting, then we need to still do the teaching, correcting, give the skills, but we need to do it in a way where we're not taking someone's negative behavior personally, but where we're actually giving them the skills and the tools that they need for success. In the description below this video, there is a link to the Calm Parenting Toolkit. The link says teachselfgov.com/toolkit. Click on the link to that video now, and you can have the Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.